there he is.
I can do that. That's settled.
Vladek Golan. Act like it's buffering. Did you ads part of the contract change recently? I don't think so. No. Is it happening during the ads? Or right before or after? Round face, balding man turns to face me.
What is the meaning of this?
I don't know. Ethelbert told me you're not supposed to be doing any more experiments. Well, yes, Ethelmar hasn't done much good for anybody since he had his soul moved to an inanimate object, so I fail to see why I should let that sway me. The Animancers all followed the commands of their leaders. Where would we be? We'd be as backward and willingly ignorant as Raceris. We would know nothing about the life and death, or even ourselves. We'd be lost in the dark with no clue why. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I don't know why it's out. It's like right now I show buffering and I don't get it. I have to start searching to see what's going on. Why is it doing that? Yeah, my bitrate's not high, so I can't do that. I don't know. Have you run into much issues there, Salty? On Twitch? Animals must push the boundaries of knowledge, but you also must be careful, as though even defined space isn't safe for research as it once was. You toward things you can't beyond our comprehension. Dangerous and foolish.
Are you from Raed Ceres? Are you Widewen himself, risen to smite me for my heretical belief in learning who I am and why I exist? Please. You are afraid because men have taught you to be afraid. Because they were taught to be afraid. These things are only beyond our comprehension because of the fears of people like you. Who will solve Widewen's legacy? Some church? Some warrior? It will be an Animancer, or it will be no one at all.
I heard you're demoted. How did that happen? That's none of your concern. Did one of the others put you up to this? Oddmere? Smug Weasel? Things went wrong. Everything. I don't know how. I'll never know how. Have you seen any unusual behavior out of your patients? You're going to get a lot of looks asking questions like that in a sanitarium for unbalanced. Truth, I spent little time treating them since I've been reduced to my capacities. If I have luck with some of the more functional patients, they tend to congregate in the main area. Okay. You tried your experiments on other subjects. I have, yes. No point in lying about it. I know how Ethelmore is involved. I asked for volunteers from our patients, and a few brave souls came forward. It was very close to one-time breakthrough. They understood that. They understood the sacrifice would mean something. Okay. So we gotta talk to introduce some patience. Talk to this guy?
How do you do?
Or lady? Oh, okay. You? Assuming somebody has to have a name, right? I've been hearing screams in the night.
Of course.
Nobody in here. We'll speak. Okay. You're over there now? Okay. House Domino. Alright. Can't figure it out. I'll have to spend some time trying to figure it out why it's... I think it's hiccuping on there on Twitch too, though. Fortunately. That's not somewhere I can go, I guess. Can't go in there. Ah! Patient. Well, I swear to God, I talked to every patient here. I don't like this place.
Greetings.
Oh, here we go. Have patients been acting unusual? How did I miss that the first time? Well, there's Bextia, who relives a murder she committed more than a lifetime ago. Edelman, who says there only have half a soul, who was found collecting the faces of others because he believed his own to be a false one. Damn. Graham says he speaks in a language no one understands well sometimes. Different from the normal behavior, I mean. Well, yeah, I suppose, but nothing they didn't volunteer for. Master Alza let us know that a number of the patients in the North Ward have volunteered for a new therapy to be escorted to the laboratory received. The North Ward has our most troubled cases. But some of them have chosen to get help. It seems to me it's gotten quieter over there since it started. Oh, yeah. Grandma, see, taken in the most. He struggles, but he's always a bit of a wild one. Would I be able to visit the ward? You like to keep them separate. I don't know if I've ever seen the guards allow a visitor. Alright. Gotta interview Graham. Can I get in here though? I think I need a key. Okay, so maybe he'll give me the key?
What is it now?
I'd like access to the North Ward. Out of the question. Those patients are in isolation for a reason. Your forehead seems damp all of a sudden. Perhaps I should discuss your insubordination with the head warden.
You smug cretin. How dare you come down here and meddle? You have no idea the importance of my research.
Balls up his fists.
Fine. Speak to them for all the good it'll do you. I'm sure the discussions will be fascinating.
Oh. We gotta talk to some guy named Graham? Garb? Is this my face? Tell me. Graham. You can't hide from me, leaden key spy. Looks at you blankly, unclear whether he understands you. The Animancers did this to him? You see what comes from their meddling. Did you lobotomize him? Burrow said you were being treated. Looks at the uncertainty. Slowly, attentively, he steps closer to the front of the cell. As he does so, for the first time, you can perceive his soul within your ken. It is misshapen, as though it was maimed by some jagged instrument. A large expanse of it has been gouged out entirely. You feel no barriers of resistance. If you wanted to, you could look further into his soul. Peer into it. You're in a cell. A key turns. The door creaks open on neglected hinges. Thoughts come to you as it weighs incomplete and broken. Standing at the door is a routed, balding man. His upper teeth and pointing nose remind you of a rat. He beckons you to apologize. You don't want to go. Anything else in your mind? A single word. The cry, no. But it dissolves before it reaches your lips, and you press against the back wall. Cry out. In the darkness, you fight against an unseen restraint. So you cannot move your arms or legs, and the man walks into the room carrying a lit candle, eager flame casting along the shadow across books and machinery. Straps bind your arms and legs. Cold metal circumscribes the crown of your head and the breadth of your chest. The man is sorry. He needs raw materials. They're dismantling his work, and he needs another source. He needs to show you them he was right. He thanks you. Turns the knob, and you feel you begin to crack from within, and all you can feel is pieces of you torn away. Like having your insides chewed off by a horde of rats. All you are screaming. Scream is all you can. Another night, heavy footsteps outside your door coming to you. You look through the slit in your door. The flesh giant, artificial being just outside, but facing left, facing the end of the hall. Boy there. The boy looks with interest at the giant and collapses to the floor like a shed of snakeskin. Giant convulses for a moment, then rights itself, turns away and leaves. Now you and walks into the cell. Speak with the patient at the end of the hall.
These poor people. This isn't the treatment that they were promised upstairs by the cushioned seats and lush carpets. Is that the cure for soul sickness? To be thrown into a cell and subjected to the whims of your captor?
thought the wealthier citizens had the same experience. Sure, they have their share of family members they'd rather forget. But if they're all treated like this, sanitarium would never survive. What did these patients do to warrant such conditions? I don't be a dick to him. There are just as many who will come here and are cured of their ills. People would otherwise be cast aside. Well, I hope so. You're probably right. It's hard to see. Let's be on our way. This place gnaws at my soul. Who's Grim? Okay, adolescent boy. Reach for his soul. Close your eyes and edge forward toward the boy's soul. And as you near, a sudden malaise comes over you. You are cold, warm all at once, sweating and shivering, and straining for breath, as you did on the caravan journey. The soul you approach is in the wrong one, a parasitic plant that strangles its host. It's predatory and pitiless, and you have crossed paths with it before. Too late does it occur to you to react. You already seem to feel yourself plunging into some interminable abyss of thoughts and memory. You are standing in the cell now, the same cell in the sanitarium. The halls are moonlit and empty as you're at the far end of the ward. The door opens, revealing a flesh golem in silhouette beneath the stone archway. Makes his usual rounds, the same stops every time. Misbegotten child is despondent to creators. When the construct is close, you coil yourself up and spring forward, passing out the boy's body through it for a membrane. You can sense the body behind you collapsing to the floor, the puppet whose strings are cut. You are rushing towards the golem now, bodiless as a gust of wind, quickly able to think of yourself quickly, and you feel the strength hemorrhaging from your soul. As you dart towards the makeshift abomination, you pass into the golem's shell and overtake the soul implanted within, circling it, suppressing it. It contains a new vessel, strong again. You step heavy-footed down the corridors, unheeded by the other constructs, and scrutinized only by the wary, untrustworthy eyes of the mad, coming at last to the office, plied with books and scribbled papers, and perverse implements of animancy. You set your oversized hands upon a large machine, nests globes and tubes, coils in the center of the room, and go to work, bending wires, unsettling alignments. The surroundings are pulled past you, and perhaps you are pulled past them. As they dissolve into a blur, then you settle into a place again. They're outside on a clear day, standing in front of a crowd stacked high above you, tiered seats of an amphitheater. They're acting for the crowd, standing deliberately still. This is no play. A balding man with a rodent-like features is strapped into a machine, the one you had tampered with. You see your arms for the first time, short and fleshy, unmistakable to those little girl. This body is not truly yours. Your mind still holds on to the same determination, the same kind-heartedness as before. The body itself is cold and basket. Unlike the others, this one has no soul of its own. The man speaks to the crowd and applauds with enthusiasm, worthy of a hero's entrance. Bear witness, he says, as he pulls the lever. The machine quivers and sparks. Beads of sweat rolls down the side of the man's brow. The crowd's apprehension quickly gives way to awe as the crystal globe fills with radiant mist that casts the entire theater aglow. He opens a valve, and the blow crawls through the tube along the length of a copper wire and runs a set of electrodes beneath. Feel nothing when it reaches you, as it should be, for you have been leading the work of a stray periodically for some time, altering notes and setting for play a puppeteer for Hollowborn. But you make it look like how people would expect you to look when your body's infused with the soul. In a moment, the machine goes dark, the man unstraps you, eyeing you, the scientist concerned. He looks up at the crowd. Behold, he says. There is an obvious hesitation in his voice. Slowly, you take a plodding step forward and another. Then you look up at the man, giving him the eye contact, which no Hollowborn is capable. The crowd gasps. The man looks relieved. How do you feel? He asks, in the volume meant for the crowd. And at this moment, at the top of your lungs, you let out a piercing shriek. The man comes towards you with his hands outstretched to you. But you run the other way, back to the machine. all your strength, you drive your head into a crystal globe and it shatters, streaking your head with warm blood. You drive your head down into the surface of the machine again and again, drawing panicked screams from the crowd. By the time the man reaches you, your body has already ceased proper function and merely twitches on a cold ground. Satisfied, part the corpse in search of another unsuspecting who could put their faith in animancy now. Hold again to your surroundings, transcending the boundaries of their memory, lifetime deeper and deeper, as past betrayals and murders, lies upon lies, that's some thick webbing of plot beyond mortal comprehension. You settle on the last of the rooms that you had before, expansive, a tall device encasing the Adra monolith at its center. It was filled with people. You're yanked back suddenly in reality as the once catatonic boy in the cell is looking directly at you, praising, calculating. There's no mistaking now that the soul of the man who caused your awakening that gazes out from the hollow husk, a watcher. You made me into a watcher. I need you to undo it? I believe we share a common past. I'm just looking for some answers. Is that so? Makes no effort to hide his disinterest. I know your look, your hunger for answers that elude you, gnaws at your soul, and usurps your reason of being. You're like everyone. I will help you let go. Oh God, we're gonna be fighting. Oh noes.
I'm ready.
Get up there. Get up here. Get up here. Get my gimpy ass back there. You just stay there.
Yes.
Move your gimpy ass back there. All right. Here we go.
How may I help?
Fireball! Hey, Scion. Ah, thanks for the raid, though. Thanks for the raid.
Yes?
Yeah, get the guy off of me. Durance. That'll work. Get that going. Oh, they're not happy with him nuking them. Oh, I'm still casting.
Aye?
Oh my God, they're all on top of me. I'm gonna go down. I don't know how I'm gonna get out of this. Well, he cast that, so maybe I can get... Okay. Woo! Okay. I still need these guys off of me. You're doing fine.
Aye? How may I help?
Oh, wow, that worked out fine.
Permet Controlia.
Perfect! Anger management.
All right then.
That worked out. Thought for sure I was going down. Oh god, there's more. Okay.
You're not getting...
Braved out the lodge.
I can't get to him. There we go.
Varanthus! Varanthus!
So this is your first playthrough of PoE?
That's it!
No, this is the first time I played through it. I'm trying to get prepared to play in the Ward of Aora before Avowed comes out. So that's what I'm trying to get done.
All right, then.
Braved out
Okay. I want you two here.
the lodge.
Alright.
Of course.
Hit him.
Braved out the lodge.
Oh, man. I just took him down.
All right, then.
Is the doctor still around? Yeah, most of my games I don't want spoilers. Other people might never have seen the games that I play, and I don't want them spoiling it for me and them. So I try to do no spoilers on any of my games. What have you done? You've been experimenting on my patients against their will, mangling their souls. I've witnessed it with my own eyes. PoE 2 is even harder? How could you possibly... Look, I had this done. Ethelmar and the others. They took everything from me. Everything when I was this close. I had to know. Had to know where I failed. Imagine the value if I succeeded and I had something that I could make those hollow infants into something like a real person. And those few more patrons. And a few years of research. Who knows? No one's come close with the legacy, and that's why I continued. Why I have to risk everything here, keeping it a secret. That's why I had to lie to Ethelmar for me. Tell him you've cleared me of suspicion. We'll see.
I trust that you'll do what's right for Deerwood. Don't hold everyone accountable for my mistakes.
It's not judgment you should be worried about, but the mob. They don't care much about good intentions. Alright, let's get out of here. Won by sheer brute force. Have you played the third Baldur's Gate? I made the difficult decision to play that one on tactical when it came out. Took me a while. What happened down there? We're given permission to ask questions. A complicated patient of yours, Usgrim, was working with Leaden Key, only without knowing it. I've read accounts of people in history who could do what you described. Accounts of few, brief, and never reliable. Some go as far as to suggest that they're all the same person. If truly such a person were here among us, plotting our ruin, would that be a body again? Be some real use of our time. Fear the future may hold this place. Yep, friends, am I enjoying multiplayer games? Haven't beat chapter 1 yet. It's a long game though. I like it. That's probably my favorite CRPG game. What of Azo? Part of did his experiments playing this catastrophe. If I hadn't come along, Ozzo's appearance would have eventually resulted in another scandal. And at the worst possible time. Say no more. He's no longer welcome in this facility. The sorcerer or warlock class. They had an artificer class at 100%. I played the spore druid. I really enjoyed the spore druid.